Welcome back to Antenna Guys. It's time for more anime news. Welcome once again. This is actually, for me, big news because I was really wanting for Disney to do more with anime because it is a company that has respectfully done series episode by episode. Now, I know Disney Plus is already doing some of that work in Japan, but it stayed in Japan, and I think that started last year or maybe even before. And it was a really huge bummer because I was excited when they announced that they were going to start doing anime, that we were going to have another place to find more stuff, another company to get more licenses, more stuff coming out. That's great, right? Because we get more as viewers. But they decided to stay in um, Japan, and even it was even worse than Netflix. Because Netflix, at the very least, it takes like a whole year to release it, but they release the series. Now we have news that they are doing something new with a series that I'm a little familiar with, not a lot, and I'm gonna turn my screen now to the news. But before anything, though, if you haven't done so by now, subscribe, especially if you like anime news. I don't do a lot of these per week, just maybe two or three. But I like to do some of these just to kind of keep you guys updated on the at least information that I think is important in the community. So make sure you do subscribe. So okay, ignore the ads here, guys. I try my best to delete them, but they still end up sticking. So yeah, Disney senior dubbing manager. He says that this heavily delusioned anime is gonna get a simulcast, and Disney Plus is gonna basically have the world premiere on April 1st. Now, a few things that it's very unclear on the news, and I wish they would give a little bit more of further explanation. But it looks like Disney stated that on Twitter that the TV anime adaptation of this series will begin the simulcast, and in the U.S., Hulu will be streaming it. Great. Hulu has been doing anime for a while. They've already kind of slowly transitioned to episode by episode. They did Tokyo Revengers last season, which was a pretty big one at the fact that they got it. And then Star Plus in Latin America is also dubbing it, and then Disney Plus worldwide. Now, what I don't know um, about the whole series itself. So it is getting actually a dub, according to the news. But what I don't know about the whole news itself is if Disney Plus is releasing it both in Hulu and Disney Plus at the same time here in the US, or just Hulu. I wish that was a little bit clearer, but either way, we will be getting the translation of the series. Now, this series, if I'm correct, this is a post-apocalyptic series, uh, kind of almost in a different world type of deal. I think I read a little bit about it years ago when the manga was releasing, and I don't really remember much of it, but I know it's a really good one, and I know people are waiting to get their hands or be able to see this one. So again, the anime will stream exclusively for Disney Plus. That's kind of the thing. Here, more information is just the stars that will be doing the voices. The anime itself being directed by the same director of Psychopaths and School Life, which, two different series, but pretty good series as well as a director of being the one from Joker Game and Psychopaths, and the character designer being from Space Dandy, A Silent Voice, and Chainsaw Man. I mean, all these are pretty good hit series. A lot of good people working in the leadership of this series. So the manga itself is still ongoing since January 2018, and I believe it's still going to be releasing as it finalizes. So it's very exciting for Disney to pick this up, and I will explain it now why. And that's because um, you know, first it was Crunchyroll and Funimation, big companies that were separated. Then we added a third one called High Dive, which kind of they all would get different licensings. Well, Hulu came in the game, and Netflix came into the game. Even Amazon Prime came into the game. At some point, they eventually left the game in really releasing episode by episode. But all these companies have different series that it's enjoyable to get, a good different variety. Now, Funimation and Crunchyroll being the top dogs combine each other to one company, and now Crunchyroll has all the simulcasts from those two companies. And yeah, I mean, if you don't have Crunchyroll, you're pretty much screwed for the season, being that Crunchyroll releases about 15, 16 series per season that are being simulcasted. Continuations as well as new stuff. And then you have Hulu, who will have some of the similar stuff from Crunchyroll, about 6 or 7 of them, and then one, maybe two of their own unique series. High Dive being in second place of being unique series. They have about 6 or 7 now. They're very solid at releasing more series, which I've been surprised to be honest. But it's nice. High Dive has been picking up more licenses lately as well. And then, like I said, Amazon Prime is out of the game already. Netflix um, does like one series per year, or like maybe two that are actually episode by episode. But for the most part, they're still in the whole waiting until it's fully released in Japan and then releasing it to us. So the fact that Disney Plus is joining in, it's great. A lot of us already have Disney Plus anyways, or Hulu, so it just adds more licenses for us to get great series. Because Disney, being a big company, they're going to put money on the series that they know is going to be watched, not, just any stuff. And unfortunately, some of the smaller companies like High Dive and even Hulu, sometimes that's what they put their money in because that's all that's left, right? After Crunchyroll took all the big hits. So, yeah, it's exciting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I am doing more news this week, maybe one more or two more. Thank you guys so much. Let me know if you like this by liking the video. And if you're watching up to this point, subscribe. Thank you guys for your love and support. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.